Coming up on this episode of WJMH Reports. In February, we showed you a preview for a fun event for everyone in the community. This week, we'll take you there.
Then, we'll show you a preview for an exciting show John Marshall is putting on.
And find out which archery students made states.
That and more on this episode of WJMH Reports.
Welcome to this edition of WJMH Reports. I'm Maria Evans.
And I'm Roman Gray.
Wheeling Park Memorial Ice Rink hosted Inclusion on Ice, an event for those with special needs to enjoy an evening of fun activities and ice skating.
Augusta Levy Learning Center partnered with Easter Steels and the Wheeling Nailers to bring this event to local families.
Here's WJMH reporter Charlie Pergram with our top story.
For many, trying new things can be a challenge, especially those with disabilities. Inclusion on Ice was created to provide a fun evening filled with opportunities for children with disabilities to get out and have fun. Augusta Levy Learning Center has been working with those with learning disabilities for 15 years. Over these years, Augusta Levy has put together many different programs and events such as Dancing with the Ohio Valley Stars. Inclusion on Ice is one of these events as it provides children with disabilities the opportunity to try new things. Augusta Levy Communications Director Jessica Osmensky enjoys putting this event together for the community.
You have the opportunity to participate in skating and seeing other individuals of different abilities and disabilities come together and partake in ice skating.
Augusta Levy also partnered with the Easter Seals, one of America's largest nonprofit organizations working to provide people with disabilities opportunities and services. The organization helped set up the event to make sure there are plenty of activities for anyone to enjoy, whether they wish to ice skate or not. The Wheeling Nailers hockey team was also at the event to provide attendance with a scrimmage game where they faced off against the Mighty Penguins sled hockey team. After this game, the Nailers went around to skate and take photos with attendants. Nailers broadcaster DJ Abusela wants everyone to be able to enjoy the ice regardless of their ability.
So to be able to say, hey, this is open for everybody. We want you to be able to feel like you're included. That's what all it's about. It's inclusive. Hockey is for everybody, and in this case, skating is for everybody.
While Inclusion on Ice has ended, be on the lookout for more fun and inclusive events. Reporting from Wheeling, I'm Charlie Pergram with WJMH Media.
Thank you, Charlie. For more information on next year's Inclusion on Ice or similar events, you can visit the Inclusion on Ice Facebook page or contact Augusta Levy Learning Center.
The 46th annual Marshall County Ham, Bacon, and Egg Sale was held recently at the Moundsville Center. The event presented locally raised products by Cameron High School FFA members. The students raised the hogs as well as processed, trimmed, and cured the meat, which was assessed by professional judges. They sold approximately 50 bacon slabs, 50 ham, and 50 eggs. Chloe Yoakum explains the importance of why FFA members should participate.
Allows them to see agriculture as a whole, seeing it inside and out, the entire process, and I think it's really important to learn where their food comes from.
All proceeds that went into the sale are going back to the FFA program and students.
It's that time of year at John Marshall's Modern Company performs Mamma Mia for this year's spring musical. Here we go again. If you have a dream to see Mamma Mia, it will be taking the stage late this month. Dancing Queen Sydney Hess will play Sophie. She'll take a chance on sophomore Jacob Boyette as he plays Sky. Senior Chloe Trussell will reminisce on her last summer as she plays Donna, and senior Isaac Perry will be rendering What's the Name of the Game as he plays Sam. Modern Company Director Aaron Bond is excited to bring this story to life.
And I think high school theater is important for as many students who will participate because everybody needs to know what the process of rehearsing is like.
Mamma Mia will be open to the public March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd. The cost to attend will be $8 for adults and $5 for students. Doors will open at 6:30 p.m. on March 31st and April 1st, and at 1:30 p.m. on April 2nd. You can pay with that money at the door.
64 out of the 96 schools who participated in the state qualifier were selected to go to the 18th annual West Virginia Archery and the school state tournament this year. Including that, 24 students from John Marshall High School and 1 student from Sherrard Middle School qualified to partake in this event. Those students are Adam Anderson, Dakota Anderson, Brendan Carroll, Harmon Crawford, Joel Harvey. Clay Howard, Gage Hall, Brandon Lilly, Carl Petrucci, Sawyer Sadowski. Owen Willis, Kyle Wright, Angie Hott, Ava Hawkins, Megan Huff. Madison Hughes, Shay Nolan, Kira Sacco, Mara Tharp, Madeline Thomas. Jillian Whitlatch, Natalie Briggs, Hallie Lemon, Leah Nicholson, and Skylar Cooey, who is from Sherrard Middle School. The tournament will be held on Saturday, March 25th at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. Congratulations to both of the schools and to all of the students.
After this break, we'll show you how Marshall County Schools celebrates Music in Our Schools Month.
Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back.
Get the facts on vaping. Fact: more than 20% of high school students have tried vaping. Fact: one disposable vape contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. Now is the time to talk to your son or daughter about vaping. This message is brought to you by the Marshall County Health Department and Youth Service Systems. For more facts about teen vaping, visit marshallcountyhealthdepartment.com.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Marie Evans.
And I'm Roman Gray.
March marks the 38th Music in Our Schools Month. WJMH reporter Leah Gary has the story.
During the month of March, music educators and music students celebrate music education in their school communities by observing Music in Our Schools Month. Since 1985, Music in Our Schools has been observed as an annual month-long celebration when schools and communities celebrate music in their local schools and the educators who dedicate themselves to bringing music into the lives of students every day. To recognize this month, Marshall County School Superintendent Dr. Shelby Haynes has signed a resolution naming March as Music in Our Schools Month in Marshall County. In today's classroom, music is an effective tool for supporting students in learning beyond reading and writing. John Marshall choir teacher Dave Sherrick expresses the importance of celebrating this month.
It's been something we've celebrated for a number of years now. It highlights all the different programs that are occurring in the schools and trying to let people know exactly what we do.
Music educators from Marshall County Schools were in Charleston on Thursday, March 2nd through Saturday, March 4th at the 77th Annual West Virginia Music Educators Association in Service Conference, expanding their knowledge by attending workshop sessions on all levels of music instruction. The conference gave students unique performance opportunities through inspiring others under the direction of nationally known conductors, which are held to spotlight the top honors performing organizations in the state, including honors finalists from the regional solo and ensemble festivals. Sherrick believes that music educators work hard to bring the students to the top.
Working together as musicians, we have to collaborate and work together in an effort to make a piece of music happen together. And this is something that can be learned from an early age up through adult years.
The purpose of this month is to raise awareness of the importance of music in all students' lives and the benefits it brings to all people alike. Reporting from John Marshall, I'm Leah Gary with WJMH Reports.
Thanks, Leah. At the music conference, one teacher was selected as Music Teacher of the Year. Stay tuned for the next show to learn more about the event.
Recently, it was National School Breakfast Week, and John Marshall students celebrated by doing something they do every day, eating breakfast. It is a week-long event from March 6th through the 10th of the Federal School Breakfast Program, which provides students with a nutritious meal to start their school day. JM Cafeteria Manager Sandy Cotton highlights how she and her fellow cooks get students to come and eat.
We always make breakfast for the kids. We always hope they come in and eat it. We try to do different things at different times to entice them to come in and eat, and we hope they especially come in next week.
No matter what week it is always important to eat breakfast and make sure to thank your school cooks.
The Flurry's Egg Hunt is back for spring 2023. Join Grandview Park at the Red Barn for an Easter craft and egg hunt. Eggs will contain numerous prizes and goods, such as candy, toys, certificates for free ice cream, and mini golf rounds. The age groups for those who can participate are ages 4 and under, ages 5 through 7, and ages 8 through 12. Entry is $7 per child. Registration is required. To register, call 304-845-9810. Again, that's 304-845-9810.
Coming up, WJMH reporter Alexa Bigford sits down with someone from the Marshall County Historical Society.
Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back.
Sometimes one moment changes everything. One song, one game, one mission. Visit Make-A-Wish online to help grant more life-changing wishes.
Welcome back to this episode of WJMH Reports. I'm Alexa Bigford. The building that currently holds the Marshall County History Museum was originally constructed in 1922, then was purchased by the Marshall County Historical Society and turned into the museum in 1996. Today, the museum houses many artifacts from all around Marshall County, including those from businesses to industries and much more. Joining me now is Marshall County History Museum curator Jill Dolan. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So my first question is, what's the history behind the building itself? Like, what was it used for, if I could talk, before the museum?
It was a church before, and before that there was a house there.
Mm-hmm.
So once the church moved or was no longer, the Historical Society bought it, and we've turned it into our museum, which is so full now, we're actually trying to find another building.
Oh.
We need a bigger building because we're getting so many artifacts in that it looks big, but it's actually very small on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
2 floors, and so we need more room.
Is there any fundraising that you guys can do that even others can donate to?
We're getting ready to work on that.
All right.
Trying to find a building that we can afford
Mm-hmm.
is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So that's in the near future. We hope to find something. So.
All right. Well, if you would keep me updated on that, and
Sure.
I can even do a story about it.
Oh,
so,
that'd be great.
my next question is, how does the museum obtain its artifacts?
A lot of it's donations.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the volunteers will find things in yard sales or antique stores, and we will purchase them. But someone will bring in things that they think would be interesting to the public. So when they bring things in, we have them fill out a donor form with all the information on it.
Mm-hmm.
We give everything a number. It's put in a program on the computer called Past Perfect. It's also given a location in the museum, and that way if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to see this one dress,
Mm-hmm.
that my grandmother brought in, we know exactly where it's at, and we have all the information on it, and everything is tagged with all the information when we put it out.
All right. What sort of research goes into identifying and accepting relics into the museum?
Well, one of the priorities is it needs to be for Marshall County.
Mm-hmm.
So we always ask the person donating it, do you know the history? So then if they don't, we try to research it online.
Mm-hmm.
If they have any relatives that they think knew about the item, we try to contact them, see if there's any information from them that we can gather.
All right. How are the relics categorized?
We have them in different groups. Like we have industries.
Mm-hmm.
We have a section for the penitentiary and mound. We have a whole section for Mark's Toys, Fostoria, Cameron Clay Products, which was pottery in Cameron. So everything is grouped by likeness. We have military section, which is really, really nice. And then downstairs we have a mining exhibit. So everything is put together. We've been working on redoing the museum now for a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Sounds very organized, though.
We're trying.
How do the volunteers prepare for situations that could potentially damage the artifacts?
We have archival supplies. We just had donations given us to purchase these archival supplies because they are very expensive. So everything, if we don't have it out on display, we have it in archival boxes. Like a lot of our photographs and slides are all taken care of, cleaned and put in our archival boxes. And but most of our stuff is out on display. We don't have much room for storage, so we try to keep it out.
What are the visiting hours? Is there an admission fee?
No, we're free. It's 10 to 3 on Saturdays in the winter. This is the first winter we've tried to stay open. We will reopen on Mondays in April, so we'll be open 2 days a week, and they're 10 to 3, and we are open by appointment.
Oh, all right. What museum piece did you bring with you today?
I brought a Moundsville High School band jacket. It's from the 60s, and it just, someone donated it to us, and we have it on display. Also a program for a 1971 thespian play here, and then a football ticket from 1913.
That's really interesting. Thank you for bringing that stuff in.
Sure.
And thank you so much for joining me for today's interview to talk about the museum.
Thank you for having me.
If you have any questions, you can visit their website at Marshall County Historical Society, WV.com. If you would like to tour the museum, you can visit it at 301 13th Street in Moundsville. Next, we'll show you some John Marshall student athletes who recently received a big honor. Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back.
Get the facts on vaping. Fact: more than 20% of high school students have tried vaping. Fact: one disposable vape contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. Now is the time to talk to your son or daughter about vaping. This message is brought to you by the Marshall County Health Department and Youth Service Systems. For more facts about teen vaping, visit marshallcountyhealthdepartment.com.
Welcome back. We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Marie Evans.
And I'm Roman Gray.
Joining us for sports and entertainment news is WJMH anchor Matthew Wright.
Thanks, Maria and Roman. With basketball season wrapping up around the state, OVAC has announced their girls and boys all-stars. WJMH reporter has Roman Gray at the story.
That's right, Matt. I got to catch up with a few of the athletes. Lily Babicek has been selected to represent the John Marshall girls basketball team in the upcoming OVAC All-Star Game. The selection comes as Babicek caps off her 4-year career for the Lady Monarchs, in which she played varsity all 4 years. She was the lone senior on a young JM team that was still able to put up a 15-9 record. This is Babicek's second All-Star selection of her senior year, as she was also chosen to play in the volleyball game. Babicek is excited for the game, especially because she gets to play with familiar faces.
But I'm really honored to play in the OVAC All-Star Game and play with all of these girls that I've played against the last 4 years.
On the boys' side, Brennan Sabuka has received a nomination to be featured in the All-Star Game. Sabuka has played all 4 years, and this was his 3rd year of lettering. Sabuka, a senior, reflects on what he'll miss most about playing at JM.
I'm going to miss the bus rides to and from games and playing with my friends and all the open gyms and practices.
The nod comes as the book have played a key role in the Monarchs securing their first winning season since 2011.
Thanks, Roman. Along with these two, we'd like to congratulate you, Roman, for also being selected as an All-Star. And thank you, Robert Ovies, for providing the pictures. Both girls and boys games will be played on April 2nd at Wheeling Park High School. The WVSSAC held its high school wrestling state tournament from March 2nd to March 4th. John Marshall took 9 qualifiers to the tournament, including Xander Ward, Caden Harding, Ethan Cook, Carter Atkins, Waylon Wyckoff, Ryan Ward, Clipson Wallace, Maverick Lemasters, and myself. 3 GM wrestlers came out this weekend as placers. These placers are Clipson Wallace, placed 4th in the 165 weight class, Ethan Cook placed 5th in the 126 weight class, and Xander Ward also placed 5th in the 113 weight class. We'd like to thank Ashley Jean for letting us use her pictures that she took at the tournament. We'd also like to congratulate the Cameron wrestling team as they were runner-up for the single and AA division. Monarch Tennis is ready to take its court for the 2023 season. Here are a few events to look out for. For the first match of the season, the team will travel to Bridgeport on March 18th. Then on March 21st, they will take Wheeling Park at John Marshall. On March 27th, they will host another match against Morgantown. Then they will be back on the road on April 4th as they take on University. And then they face on Buckhannon on April 14th. For a complete list of Monarch Tennis schedule, go to the Athletics tab of the John Marshall High School website.
Coming up, find out what Marshall County students were invited to a celebration of writing at John Marshall High School.
Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back.
Get the facts on vaping. Fact: more than 20% of high school students have tried vaping. Fact: one disposable vape contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. Now is the time to talk to your son or daughter about vaping. This message is brought to you by the Marshall County Health Department and Youth Service Systems. For more facts about teen vaping, visit marshallcountyhealthdepartment.com.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Marie Evans.
And I'm Roman Gray.
Students in grades 1 through 10 recently got the chance to submit their stories for the Young Writers Contest to their schools, then to their county coordinators. Then, 4 to 5 students selected in each grade level were awarded first, second, third, fourth place, or honorable mention. Those who placed were invited to the Young Writers Tea.
The Young Writers Tea was held March 8th at John Marshall High School to celebrate these students and their success. Out of those students, the first place winners' stories from the county level will be submitted to the state. The county winner for grades 1st through 2nd is Brock Loudermilk from Sandhill Elementary with a story titled My Camping Trip. Along with Brock, 3 other Sandhill Elementary students were also recognized. For grades 3rd through 4th, Kenzie Paulsonelli from Washington Lands took first place with her story titled Midnight the Abandoned Kitten, along with 3 other students from Cameron Elementary who also placed. For grades 5th through 6th, Abby Allman of Sherrard Middle School placed first with her story titled Lost Rose, and other students from Cameron were also recognized. In her story Lost Rose, Abby wrote about a girl named Sarah and her sister Maddie playing hide-and-seek in the woods when they met a young boy on the run and a scary old lady chasing them in the middle of the Holocaust.
"I'm here," yelled Sarah. "Look." She was pointing to a rose bush. Roses were Sarah's favorite flower. Their father used to bring a variety of roses to Sarah every day, but lately he hasn't. Sarah picked a rose and put it in her long black hair.
In grades 7th through 8th, Sadie Willis from Moundsville Middle School placed first with her story Nothing, along with students from Sherrard and Moundsville who were also honored. Finally, in grades 9 through 10, Camden Fry from Cameron High School took first place with The Crick Treasure, along with other students from Cameron and John Marshall who were also recognized. Sadie Willis, an 8th grader from Moundsville Middle School, wrote about the feeling of nothingness to the sea.
"I am too disoriented to care. Just as my head feels like it is about to explode, everything is black. I am nothing but a body. The plans I had for the rest of the day, the rest of my life, had come to an abrupt end. Whether or not I am found does not matter, for I am gone. Death. No stress, no pressure, nothing."
The state winners will be announced on Young Riders Day on May 5th, 2023 at the University of Charleston. We wish the winners of the Marshall County Young Riders Contest good luck at the state level.
This week's John Marshall staff we would like to recognize is Christina Gary. As a part of the science department at John Marshall, her classes consist of forensic science and principles of biomed and has been working at John Marshall for 18 years. She strives to make her classes engaging and interactive for her students. Gary wants her students to be active in the school.
Be prepared and try your hardest and get involved.
Along with being a teacher in the school, Gary is also a co-advisor for Pause for a Cause. This year was her 5th year as a co-advisor for the group. Thanks to Mrs. Gary for all the hard work she does in the science department.
Congrats to all the athletes in Marshall County who were selected for VC's All-Stars.
Thanks to WLU-TV and Xfinity for airing WJMH Reports.
And thanks to you, the viewers, for tuning in every week.
Make sure to come back next week for another episode of WJMH Reports. For Roman, Matthew, and everyone here at WJMH Media, I'm Maria Evans. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Get the facts on vaping. Fact: more than 20% of high school students have tried vaping. Fact: one disposable vape contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. Now is the time to talk to your son or daughter about vaping. This message is brought to you by the Marshall County Health Department and Youth Service Systems. For more facts about teen vaping, visit marshallcountyhealthdepartment.com.
Sometimes one moment changes everything. One song, one game, one mission. Visit Make-A-Wish online to help grant more life-changing wishes.